Hi guys, Navy Dad back again today. As you can see, I've been working. It's like 100% humidity, and inside the garage right now it's 92 degrees, so you know, at least it's not 104. So anyway, I thought I would, while I was doing this, have the Jeep apart a little bit, replacing the air conditioner, upgraded the track bar, and put in a dual cylinder stabilizer. But I wanted to show you a mod that some of y'all might be interested in doing. And it's really easy and it's really cheap. Now specifically I'm talking about a manual Jeep, 84 to 01 Jeep Cherokee. You can also do this on a TJ. I'll show you another mod that will work for an automatic, but this particular one is going to be for a manual transmission, and that is installing a power steering cooler in your Jeep using a factory automatic four-wheel drive transmission cooler and just slightly modifying it. It's cheap. I got it at Pick and Pull for $12. The line costs, I think, more than the actual cooler did. So anyway, hold on, change camera positions, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So like I said, I'm replacing the air conditioning and doing some other repair work on it. So I've got the header panel out and a couple of other things apart, so it makes it a lot easier to see this. But you'll see that this is a factory, and I believe this was a factory piece from 1987 to 2001 on all 4x4 Cherokee XJs and two-wheel drives that were ordered with the heavy-duty trailer package. They also came with it. So anyway, this is the stock mount and stock location for it. Even if you have a two-wheel drive, the bolt holds and everything, or two-wheel drive or manual transmission. The mounting points and everything are on that header panel, so you can just bolt it right up. So again, this is an automatic transmission cooler that I've hooked up to power steering and made it a power steering cooler. Now, in addition to this, I also did something else. I upgraded the power steering box to a 1999 Dodge Durango. Okay, I'm going to change camera angles again so you can see from the underside. Okay, I'm going off the tripod here, guys. Hold on, bear with me. Alright, as you can see, this is how I ran the hoses. I'll give you a quick little schematic at the end of this to show the correct how to run the hoses, because you're going to use your stock high pressure hose. That's not going to be modified. It's a low pressure side that's actually going to go through the cooler and cool it down. Now while we're here, you notice I have a drop pitman arm. I have a 4.5 inch lift on this rig, but I also have a 1999 Dodge Durango two-wheel drive non-snowplow steering gear box in here. I'm sure you've read lots of stuff online about this. You know, you can convert these boxes. Well, I did it. Obviously wanted to see if it would work or not, and I tell you, it's a big improvement. The box is very heavy duty, but it is the exact same physical footprint as your factory box. It's the same length, it has the same connection, and almost has an identical lock to lock, and it fits in here. The only thing you'll have to do is at the front of the box against the frame, you'll find a kind of a rounded piece of metal. I'm not even sure what it is. Maybe it's hard plastic. That's kind of an extra mount for the steering box. You're going to have to take that out. You can't use that. It won't fit. But what you are going to want to do is definitely order a heavy-duty frame mount for your power steering. I'll show you how in just a second. That basically pancakes against your frame and the bolts, and it's actually extra stabilization for your box. There are steering box to frame braces that you can get to, but you really don't need that. But you do have to do the frame. It's kind of like a pancake thing. You'll see it in just a second. But so when I installed this and just kind of had the idea, it's like, wow, why can't I make a power steering cooler out of the factory transmission cooler? Well, I could, and I did. So now I was telling you about automatics. Of course, if you have an XJ, it's an automatic. You're going to have already, a 4x4 that is, you're going to already have your factory transmission cooler up there in that place, so you can't use it. What you can do is remount it here. This area right here will get enough air and is unobstructed, and it's not going to get damaged when you're off-road, and you can mount it here. In fact, those screws right there are the mounting holes from the other side. You can just flip it around and use the exact same mounting holes and bolt it right here. If you have an automatic transmission, you can use this same location, and boom, you're set. You now have a power steering cooler. Kind of cool, huh? All right. Well, I'm going to pull out here in just a second and show you where that frame mount is. Hang on. All right, as you can see, the frame mount is this piece right here, and this will just act as additional stabilization. You know, I mean, your frame here is nothing more than sheet metal, and this is like I don't know, probably 1/8 inch plate steel, so it's good stabilization for that box. You're not gonna have a problem with it. I think I got this one at Dirtbound, but there's a number of different manufacturers out there that carry this thing, but if you're going to do the swap, you definitely want to use that. Okay, so like I said, that was just kind of a quick one. We'll have this thing all tore apart. Could show you pretty easy. At the end of this, I'll put a little schematic on how to run your lines together. Again, kind of a list of what parts you need, which is not much, and give you some more information on the steering boxes. I don't think 99 is the only year, but everything online says use the 99, so I'm going to look that up, and I'll put that at the end here just to make sure. Okay, here's the skinny on the Dodge Durango steering box. Obviously, again, why you want to use this is because it is a bigger and beefier unit. It's made to go originally in a much heavier vehicle than the XJ, but it has the exact same format and floor plan of your XJ steering box, so it'll bolt right in without any modifications. It should work in a TJ, and it may work in a YJ as well, but I'm not sure. You'd have to check on that. So what you want to use is a 98 or a 99 only. 2000 and later went to rack and pinion, so obviously you can't use that. The 98 Durango came in 4-wheel drive only. It was not available in a 2-wheel drive. There are 2 steering boxes available in 98. That is a snowplow edition and a non-snowplow edition. In 99, they used the same steering box, but the 99 now came in a 2-wheel drive. Again, they used the same steering box, so you want to use, and it doesn't matter if it's 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, you just need to order or find at a junkyard a non-snowplow edition. Now, I'm not sure exactly how to tell. You'll have to go to your Dodge dealer and get the part numbers. I haven't been able to find out, that information. But again, you want to use the non-snowplow edition simply because I also wanted to say there's a lot of information and misinformation out there on the old interweb, on the forums and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, some of it's correct, some of it's not correct. One thing I did want to say is there's a lot of scuttlebutt out there that you can't use your factory power steering pump with this upgrade. Well, I've had this upgrade on my Jeep now for 1.5 years with the cooler, with the pump, factory pump, and with the steering box, and there are no issues. And I've driven it over 3,000 miles since I finished the build, so haven't had any problems. Doesn't make any racket, doesn't scream, doesn't get hot. So, but if you want to change out your pump and do something else, go for it. I mean, heck, that's what Jeeps are for. Modding, right? Okay, so here's our schematic. And you'll notice the nice drawing that I've created here. No, not really. I stole it off the internet, modified it, Photoshop. Anyway, as you can see, that's your power steering pump. You got your lines, you got your power steering box, and you got your cooler in front of your radiator. Just make sure that you do not modify your high pressure hose. That is going to stay put. Don't touch it. Okay, so the supply line is actually the low pressure line that comes out of the steering gear box. That goes to the bottom connection of your cooler. The return line goes to the top connection of the cooler, and it's going to go back into your pump. And that's all you need to do. You will need to bleed your lines and bleed the system. It's going to take a little bit longer than it normally would. I suggest securely jacking it up on good jack stands, and actually manually turn your steering wheel back and forth a few times, then turn the car on, and
slowly rotate your steering from lock to lock, and that should get all the air bubbles out of the system. You may have to do it 1 or 2 times, but just make sure you use good, solid jack stands. Don't freaking use a jack and get under your car. Don't be that guy.
Anyway, Navy Dad out, and we'll see you on the next time.